Hello guys, today we are here at Umineko. Okay, this is going to go very different from the others this year, cause stuff can work. They can work, they can talk, they can walk, they can fudge. Everyone complains that I'm just here to play with my lady. And yet Madam made it clear that I'm not to think of my lady as a friend, and I speak to her in a casual manner. You might be 10 years younger than everyone else, but that means if you keep it up until you're the same age as others, you'll be more experienced than the new people who come here. Maybe Genji-san will acknowledge your talent here. You become the leader who can teach the new kids. Come from the Gauss house. And then I'm sure that everyone will respect you. By the time even Madam and Master and Classroom will acknowledge your skills, that is your future. You mean they're like an ugly duckling becoming a swan? That might be it. After all, it's very unusual for you to be chosen as an Orochima family servant. In fact, that rumor might be true. You might be a secret child of someone in the Orochima family. Jean laughed, saying, "Wouldn't that be cool? And then you'd be super witch too." But I felt a bit doubtful. However, if that was really the case, why do I have to live all alone in Gospel House? Jean and the people in the house director were the only ones who would play with me. I wasn't allowed to play with my other friends and spend all my time myself in an isolated room. Maybe it's because I'm frail and always have a sleep, but it's been lonely. Hey Genji, how much of this did you know? Why are they all on a stage though? That's weird. Is this like the next course of like Bilkincell's game or something? You never talk about anything, but you've known since the very beginning, haven't you? 19 years ago, you heard from Nashi that the servant fallen from a cliff holding a baby. And you were the bottom of the cliff and you knew that the baby was still alive, didn't you? The question of whether it was alive or dead was not one that was qualified to answer. Then who was it? The doctor, of course. The doctor? What do you say, Dr. Nanjo? Perhaps it's fitting. Shall I speak? If you will be willing, and I ask of it of you. Very well. I was contacted by Genshin immediately after the incident. I was accused to commit an examination in secrecy. In secrecy? Why? Both the Beatrices and Kunduin and her child were unregistered people who weren't supposed to exist. It leads to various problems if it went in the public. I started the procedure to have the baby registered, but they were not complete at the time. It was a very bad time for the baby to die. Damn. So the servant who was treated as only death Nachi wouldn't talk to anyone. It'd be easy to set up. But that baby was alive, wasn't it? God. Of course, the child was gravely injured. It was a miracle that it survived. It survived? What? Wait, why is Beatrice here now? I thought we solved everything by saying if Nashi rejects a baby from like 15 years ago, Beatrice comes out. If Nashi doesn't reject the baby, Beatrice doesn't come out. Some angle has been slightly different. If Genji-san was any stronger in bugging the baby to me, that baby only managed to survive thanks to a series of miracles. I have given up. I didn't believe the baby could survive. But it did. How strong and resilient is life? No, this is fate. Fate. So the baby was fated to live and eventually accomplish something great. Yes. I did think that it was fate. I thought through the blood of Kundo and Beatrice, whose life ended on Wakajima, I must have imparted something onto this child to make it survive. Yeah, cause both people, like, all the people just be dying because they fell off of cliffs. This island is very treacherous. What are the signposts or something? I know this like the 1980s or 70s basically, but like, come on, like put some signposts on the areas where people been falling to die. You already got like 3 people who fell and died, and one of them was like legitimately just Kenzo's mistress, so like, or Kenzo's girlfriend basically. You know, the girlfriend of the head of this royal family. Put some signposts there. However, Genji did not tell his master Kenzo that the child had survived. He simply said that it fell into a death in an unfortunate accident. Kenzo mourned, but his mourning was more one of madness than of sorrow. Nah, I think that was bad, Genji. You should have just said the baby survived. Nigga, that probably is the reason why kids are hella mad in like the actual arcs and like was just crashing out on the people. Oh, Beatrice, why haven't you run away from me once more? Xavier, stop bullying the guy. He dealt with a lot. Why, even though I swore I never made the same mistake again, why? There was one matter which Genji did not trust the master he so respected. That was a matter which Kenzo would be capable of accepting Beatrice as a born child as family. Genji had sued the Kundo and Beatrice for many years as well. Oh yeah, that situation, okay, that makes sense, okay. That situation is a fucked up situation. It's a bad situation, honestly. My god, I think that's your biggest mistake. Which Beatrice and like the Beatrice in like World War II were both fine, okay? You have valid feelings of both of them. But Kundo and Beatrice, what the fuck were you doing there? That made you way worse. He was very aware of what she had felt. He knew that she accepted Kenzo's affection and respecting him as a father. However, her love was not the same as Kenzo's love. Kenzo thought of her to be Beatrice reborn, and tried to use her to satisfy many feelings he had felt for the late Beatrice. Of course, Kundo and Beatrice could not accept those feelings, and the young Kenzo himself, the one she respected and thought of as a father, stole away her chest to... Okay, now this is getting really extreme, bro. This is arc 7, but basically, they just said that Kenzo It didn't say anything about sexual violence, but it's basically heavily implied that, like, she didn't exactly want this, and Kenzo basically was just like, yep, I'm gonna take it. Now, Nashi, unfortunately for you, Kenzo is a lot worse of a person than you think. So not only is the weird ass age gap between these two people kind of crazy. This girl looked like she in her 20s, while Kenzo looked like he in his goddamn 70s about to die. Okay, so not only the crazy age gap both ways, because like Witch Beatrice is also 1,000 years old, but then Kundawan Beatrice, which to me is basically a kid at this point, and like it makes the situation even weirder, cause Kenzo is a goddamn weirdo, bro. That's why Genji doesn't trust you with that matter. Cause look at this goddamn line of text, bro. If I did not think about anything, I would think that I think this was non-consensual, bro. Kenzo a goddamn rapist. The fuck? She thought he was her father, and he thought she was his wife. What unimaginable forbidden love. Y'all should not be getting turned on by this. This is weird. I did not understand Kinzo-sama. It's not as though Kenzo saw the late Beatrice as a girl at the time of her birth. Nor did he decide at that moment to make her his plaything. That's true, but like later the line, it kind of became that, and now we're having allegations against Kenzo. He spoke to me a few times when we were drinking. I always thought he was just joking. As she grew up, you were surprised to find out that she looked more and more like her. But bro, y'all are not helping with the word, okay? Y'all were trying to be like, oh yeah, this might be a little bit justifiable. It is a little bit justifiable, I guess, but like, like if we're reading it by these definitions, it becomes goddamn incest, pedophilia, and non-consensual shit. That a lot of words for basically saying that this was hella one-sided, and it seemed like it was actually borderline abusive, and it seemed like, damn. As she became older, did he suffer from a fulfilling emotion that he could not suppress? He just saying that so casually, and I'll be like, I guess. I thought that the tragedy might repeat itself. That was my view. Yeah, that's a weird ass tragedy. Beatrice suffered so much, and ultimately she never truly understood the difference between her feelings and Kinzo-sama. I spoke with Beatrice many times, listening to her deepest feelings. However, I could not bring myself to tell her the truth. That would be hard to say. Yeah, basically, like, technically you're another person, and this other person that you have inside of you is the reason why Kenzo view as you're being raised, and like you look more and more like Beatrice. Oh yeah, did I mention that Beatrice gave birth to yourself? Did I also mention all the crimes all the allegations? These are allegations that we got against Kenzo. These allegations are fucking crazy though. Imagine telling her the one she respects that her father wants to use her as a replacement for a dead mother. Fufuo, stop that. This is horrible. You say for the sake of Kinzo-sama's honor, he also suffered greatly. It pained him when he found out he could no longer think of his daughter as his daughter. I told him to love her as a father. I think Kinzo-sama will listen to reason in his conscience and forgot for some Dancho, you're not making this credible though. Yeah, I think you forgot for some time. Yeah, that was for some time, and then like the other side of the antenna must have been like, you're still kind of Beatrice. Jeez, please. Kinzo loved her. He poured his affection into his daughter that Beatrice had left behind. He did so as a father. And yet, why did he give the daughter the same meaning as the mother? Yes, Kinzo's soul started from the moment she received life. Beatrice gave birth to her and died as if in exchange. He passed the name down from his mother to daughter. The Vema above Kinzo had already decided that she was Beatrice were born. Damn. Damn, is Arc 7 kind of crazy. Bro, Will! Leon, in other words. What happens when Kinzo is trying to atone for his sin? He's bringing the child into the Yoshima family officially. At least he's trying to atone though. Like there has to be a silver lining to this that isn't just like completely goddamn fucked up. Exactly, Bokutsu. What is this? Was this just like already in the blueprint? Also, I don't like you on your eyes now, okay? I have the feeling I would get my butt pinched if I talked about the other fight. Nah, you're not that person. Why are you trying to bring up that in this area? Be like, damn, if I talked about the other fragments, Leon gonna pinch my butt. I'm like Bokutsu, it's already been shown in like goddamn Arc 4 or something. That battler can't touch you. How is this man Leon gonna touch you? Like, we're talking real talk, okay? But maybe this one where Leon accepted and Kinzo commits a tragedy. Who knows? What are you trying to say, Bill Castell? I already know that now. They basically said that Kinzo is a goddamn weirdo. It did some very no actions. At least he's trying to atone though. But like, they basically saying that Kinzo kinda really fucked up of a person. Wanna see if we can find it? Stop. You're weird too. Why are you over here basically being like, damn, Leon, you wanna be put in that same pit as Beatrice? Be like, come on, okay? Like, come on, are we really gonna try to justify? Yeah, let's just go crazy, okay? We're gonna go all out. Kunu and Beatrice both look extremely, like, basically the same goddamn person. The only problem is that them ages, bro. Them ages and the fact that Beatrice really... The fact that that person wasn't the same actual person. Might have been way majority. Who would want to see something like that? This job makes it together the worst imaginable possibilities for Eddie Burns part of life, a laugh about it, and they're a horrible fight. Thank you, Leon, bro. You gotta talk some sense, because I legitimately am looking at this girl Boku, so I'm like, you know, we already heard that they basically are applying that Kinzo non-con Beatrice. Couldn't win Beatrice. The other two were fine, okay? But you know, the Beatrice that gone with goddamn Rosa and like got dropped on a cliff, which, by the way, why didn't anybody do anything about that cliff? Like 3 people died to that cliff. Are y'all gonna try to do something about that cliff? Y'all gotta build a fence or something. Unfortunately, that's sort of the demon she is. Legitimately. Out here basically like them. What happened if you got the same treatment, Leo? Leo, what are we talking about, Bo Castell? This isn't a game show about you dictating people's lives, is it, Bo Castell? Bo Castell, it isn't just like a game show about putting Leon through the worst situations possible. Like, I don't know why she isn't saying this about Batlu, but maybe that's just because, like, Batlu's... his anti-magic. Anti-magic be protecting him, not gonna lie. Because, like, everybody be overlooking him, and I think I know why. That anti-magic is hella strong, bro. Which, thank you. Genji first saw the worst of all possible futures and trying to secure a better future. He intently lied about the baby being dead. Bro, Genji, yeah, he saw the worst, okay? That man saw the goddamn worst possible future, bro. I believe it. Right. Genji was a man of such brilliant desire that he took advantage of his own daughter. And shit, now you're gonna try to rub it in? I know that they implied that, bro. It's basically canon now. Genji, who knew Beatrice fairly sincerely and couldn't trust Kinzo so easily. Even Genji, Kinzo's most devoted soul. Genji's a man who can draw a clear line between professional and the personal. While he loved Kinzo faithfully, he felt like the mistake that Kinzo made with his daughter was now one to be forgiven. Okay, it legitimately isn't one to be forgiven so easily, Boken. Castell, you know, even though you're probably going through like goddamn horrors of going on a broken Bakuman game and trying to search for like a goddamn end result, that seems goddamn crazy. That's like, oh yeah, you played goddamn Anarchy chess. Now imagine if flipping Bellaline or somebody just decided to give Burgersoul fairy chest, and like the thing she has to do is randomly make one unique move each and every second and see if you can possibly checkmate the king or anything like that. And it keeps getting added on and on. Probably. And to make sure Leon wouldn't be found so easily, Genji lied about the kid's age, longer by 3 years. You're right. In this world, I'm just instantly in elementary school in 1976. I was actually supposed to become a 4th year then. Yo, bro. If your fellow has listened to voices on Genji, you must have been careful to disguise the year of your birth. The babe from 19 years ago was an unforgiving not just Kinzo but to Inashi as well. The suspicious youngsters of that age had come to the island, Inashi's phenomenon intuition would have picked up on it. And like, damn, this is the baby from 19 years ago. Had him in the child who got too sick for the school for 3 years. You know, like, you know, they kind of made Nashi, you know, the funny thing is that both Nashi and Kinzo's credibility kind of gone down. Their PR team gone down by, like, some. Like Ava's BLT also gone down by some in like Arc 3 because of like younger Ava and like all the implications of that girl. These two are still pretty credible, even though Kiwi also got a lot of envy. But it's nothing too bad. Rosa's credibility gone down a lot though. They've been cooking Rosa. But the most stable family in like all of goddamn Yumiko that doesn't have like any alter egos or any baby rejection moments is legitimately just like Rudolph, Kiwi, and like Battler. And it's still not all the time stable because like Kiwi basically said that she like hated Battler. So like, or had the age been fixed so that now she wouldn't figure everything out. I will say one thing though that's strong about Kiwi is like Kiwi kept that stuff to herself and managed to actually still be friends with Battlers. Unlike Nashi, which Nashi basically acted on it. Didn't just think about it, acted on it. Either way, we know the age has been lowered by 3 in this world. Correct. The age of this world has been altered by 3. This is small feeble kid we're talking about. An underdeveloped kid. It seems it was surprisingly easy to fake. Well, you were the one trying to fake it. I thought you just decided to go into a fragment that actually had it. So she can mend together fragments, which I don't even know what that even means. Can you just like get like Arc 3 Beatrice Ava over here and then like Arc 2 like high school Beatrice or something, or Arc 2 Tea Party, and then like Arc 4 Goldsmith or something. Goldsmith already dead in Arc 4 though. And like Beatrice basically disappeared from the island. Damn. Genji thought he should wait to see. In the end, would Kinzo be able to accept Beatrice's child as his offspring or not? He had the child live in the gospel house until the suitable age and then summon the child to the island as a young servant. Neither father nor child knew each other. Genji's thinking was as follows. If Genji did truly possess the affection of it. Yeah, because, yeah, Genji was definitely testing Kinzo. Do you truly have the affection of a parent? Well, we know already what the rivalry of Arc 7 is. Genji and Kinzo. You didn't notice traces of a late mother and daughter in this child. Yikes. That would surely need to regain the parent-child relationship without the truth needing to be revealed to anyone. That was his belief. Or perhaps the time might come naturally. When that happens, you can tell the truth to both father and child. Knowing that this day will eventually come, Genji told no one of this to anyone. He watched over Beatrice's child and waited for the fated day. And the time continued to pass, and days slipped by as he quietly watched over Beatrice's child. This is some crazy goddamn reveal. Damn, did Quinzel's credibility gone down the goddamn toilet. Flush that credibility down. Oh, Act 2. Are we gonna go by all the acts? Whoa. What? Journey to the Golden Land, the Witch Revives? Yes. What are you doing with the small boom? Who the fuck is Yasu? Still weird to me that the 7 sticks would just like casually heal. But I guess it kind of makes sense because again, Arc 5. Maybe the culprit was just the Stake Sister. That would explain all the like cuts that everybody has, all the large gashes. Cause like the only people who could maybe do them are like the steak people. The first friend. The revenge of 19 years. Yeah, so what do you do with the small room? Did you use it to clean the window frame? Okay, just in case the game crashes, because the game could still crash. Also, like, this is chapter 10. Like, god damn, though, these chapters are going by, bro. Before I know it, I'm gonna get to the end of this game, and I'm gonna feel like these chapters go by hella fast, bro. Like, this is not even funny, okay? Chapter 7 was kind of slow. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff happened in the past, but, like, when, like, the crazy lore drops, we were feeling we almost already basically at the middle point of the chapter, maybe. Maybe unless chapter 17 is just like a historical epic. The small boom was small. A thin blue would look like a large paintbrush. We used it to clear the dust out of the small corners like window frames. It was one of the cleaning tools I was put a charge of. Come on, that was your responsibility, right? What are you doing, stupid? Quickly, go and find it. You have to do it before Madam finds out. What's up? Yasu was a small bloom again. This kid is some sort of genius at losing things. That's why I'm always telling you never give things to Nashi. Yasu's always careless in losing things. No, don't say that, you can't see this kid is looking odd. Come on, quickly. I'll wait for you. Okay. It's also kind of weird to see them all being buddy-buddy. When, like, in the arcs, they're kind of fighting each other, like... Not wanting to hear the servants complain even more, I spun it around the head. Do they even have an on or, like, any of the stuff that would... Satan, Lucifer, Leviathan, Satan, Bethnigur, Muman, Beelzebub, come on, like the only one that Moonmon, like, bro, even their names, I could not guess they were related to the goddamn family as servants. Even if I tried, bro, they don't even have any wording. Cause yeah, Kanan. The only person with like a goddamn on in their name is flippin' Moonmon. I guess that can give like a little clue because like Moonmon is friends with Agi, which is an Otoshima family kid. That could give a little bit of clue, I guess. Or am I just pulling stuff out of my ass? It might be just cause I'm ass pulling. Be like, since Moonmon friends with Agi, that can only mean one thing. She used to be a servant of the Otoshima family. I want to hear the servants complain even more. Spend a while headed off. If you lose the two, you get in trouble. If no one knows you who did it, we would all get yelled at. So one of them probably tell Madam that was my fault. So it's my fault that I lost it in the first place. I wonder when I lost it. When we did a big clear of the entire chapel today. The chapel is a large building behind the mansion. However, no one goes near it normally. Even so, we'd order to clean up the chapel a few times each year. In the call later, the secret building, so Nashin was very strict about it. A sacred building. We cleaned every nook and cranny from the top to the bottom. It took all day. We were put in charge of cleaning the window frames. I was given many smaller tasks. One of the small jobs kept me busy. I must have completely forgotten about the small boom and left it lying around somewhere. I had myself from doing this. This isn't the first time this has happened. It happens all the time. Every time it says something down, it always disappears. It always goes somewhere else. It vanishes. I've come to think that these might be pranks by the witch Beatrice. They might just be like... Beatrice might just be like them. No, aren't they like pranks? No. This is not pranks by Beatrice. There technically should be pranks by Gap. Why? Because didn't they basically... Beatrice doesn't do pranks so she just like steals an item. Nah, she'd be doing pranks by... Her pranks be a little bit more malicious than just stealing an item and like misplacing it. That's what Gap does. Gap misplaces the items everywhere. This girl who has like the most interesting and elaborate outfit I've ever seen in like anything, in like any piece of fiction, is out here stealing those items. The ghost of the witch Beatrice borrowed the power from blockage must even sphere to become more mine. So comes to told me that I never knew the meaning of the shrine and the walks by the sea. Also told me an old tale passed down amongst the local fishermen. Wakajima used to be known as Akajima. The terrible evil spirits who ate human souls lived there. Hey Kumaza, let us hear too. Tells a scary tale of Wakajima evil spirits. You know, you two are still technically demons. You know that, right? You two are still technically demons. Like, we're not even gonna get into the rabbit hole of the bios, because I'm never reading those bios, okay? Even if the game is, even if Umineko is finished, I will always have a few things unresolved, okay? Like, where was the actual poneglyph location? What truth did Battler actually find? Though that's currently what they're trying to tackle. They're not trying to tackle the location of the poneglyph. Because honestly, I don't really know, and like... Though, isn't it like in between Kunduin and like... Oh, very well. Wakajima used to be called Asukajima. However, an even deeper distant past is known as Akajima. It was a rumor that sailors who got near the island were dragged down to the bottom of the sea and had their souls eaten. I actually, like, I know this is like which game, but like, who could possibly even do that in like what we currently know? Like, I guess Gap, but like Gap would be so... Yeah, I guess Gap. Like, Runaway Vergara, which Vergara was the endless witch until like Arc 3, so it really isn't actually Vergara. Also, any of these people are completely unrelated to the event, so I guess it's just Gap again. Those fighting spirits do exist on this island, you know. It was Kama's favorite ghost story. Every new student who came to the island heard about it. Though, what was the deal with Kanan and Og 2? Like, I guess that's just an evil spirit, but he doesn't even have a bio. He's one of the most experienced Umineko characters. What the fuck was happening, Kanan and Arc 2? Who did this? Is this like one of Beatrice's powers to like redirect people's spirits and make them evil? Beatrice never did this after Arc 2 though. Maybe it was cause in Arc 3 Battler had like no defiling people's corpses. If the Beatrice was just kinda like them. Battler, we could go together and like do this. Battler was like, no. What the fuck are you talking about? This some bullshit if I ever heard. Normally be such joy that we laugh away have on Wakajima, and I went home to nothing but the Wakajima which you mumble and eerie thunder and story and lights, people listening to the stories with unusual respect. The shonen of the coast, there was there to seal evil spirits away. Like, it does kind of make sense though. Like, these stories are a little bit more realistic. Also, like yeah, Beatrice, like, what the fuck was going on in Arc 2 Kanon? Like, that's like a fragment specific event. I think all of the arcs have fragment specific events. In Arc 1, Beatrice never revealed herself at all. There was only like a slight reveal at like the end with like Nashi, but like not really. And also, Arc 1 was the only time somebody actually tried to use a gun to directly attack Beatrice. To the point where Beatrice was like, "Baha, you can't kill me with a gun, what are you fucking talking about?" Arc 2, there was the Kana thing, but also Beatrice actually like kinda existing. Arc 3 was Orishima Ava, and the fact that Agi from Arc 4 is a continuation of Arc 3 basically, which makes Arc 3 very unique in the fragment because Arc 4 continues afterwards. And Arc 4 is basically the future of one of the fragments, which has never happened since and after. Arc 5, the only time when like the killer was not really specified, like the guys died, but like it wasn't Beatrice's doing. It didn't even look like it was the Stakes doing. The only time where the culprit was actually like very ambiguous. You didn't really know what the culprit was. Though I think it's perhaps a Stake sister, one of them. And then Arc 6. Arc 6 is very unique in the fragment for being like the only time where Balor actually legitimately like got something terrible happen to him, and it's like still like second Twilight. The only time where Balor actually had something done to him, and it wasn't just like all the way at the end of it, or just straight up not being touched. Balor got touched in Arc 6. In Arc 7, the only time when, honestly, why not? The only time when we see like a multi-fragment thing, Leon exists. Erica's dead. And the Master has agreed to Kohabi too. The manager is so creepy that there must be something lurking around somewhere. True. Sunlab Spirits is all the traveling aesthetic could manage. The seal must have holding them. On the very day they were on through the mansion night after night searching for a victim. Have you seen Master Study? I have. Looks like some kind of demon laboratory. Oh. Like, y'all have just like seen his study? Wasn't there like a keychain on like Kinzel's door in like Arc 1 or something? There are a bunch of events that only happen in like one fragment and just like don't happen and don't show up again in the games, which kind of makes every episode kind of unique, but every episode continues off the last episode, so you can't just go into goddamn Arc 2 and not know anything. That's the thing, is that Umineko is linear in the fact that everything goes with each other, but also kind of unique in the fact that every episode can be done in isolation. It's weird, because they're all linear in the fact that if you play this game going into Arc 5, or even playing this game going into like Arc 3, you're gonna be confused. But maybe I'm wrong. There's a rumor about the Master Watch is just demon. And they say he's been researching how to live out his mysterious Beatrice. And they say he was getting children to sacrifice for his magic experience. Wow, scary. What would I do if Master asked me to come to the study alone? Like, he technically did this in like every single arc. Except for arc 5 and arc 6 where they were trying to protect the sanctity, and like somebody else was actually killing them, because Beatrice's not even killing the people anymore. Goddamn. You know, it's gonna be funny when people look at Umineko Project. Well, because like the main antagonist, Beatrice, is not even the one who's killing people. Though Beatrice hasn't really killed people since like arc 2, seriously. Or like early arc 3, because like Beatrice Ava took that, then Goldsmith. Beatrice only been seriously killing people for 2 arcs. The other 2, some of the deaths might have been caused by Beatrice, but like most of the deaths were caused by somebody else. But Beatrice became like kind of secondary in arc 3 and 4, and then like flipping arc 5 and 6. She straight up isn't the one who's doing the act. Long ago, when Kitty went into the study and never came out. He must have been the victim of an experiment to give a ghost to a new body. Yes, Beatrice somehow has become a ghost of one who's while searching for a body. The VIP room is on the second room with Beatrice somehow dwells. Must have been with spectral when cleaning that room. Otherwise. In the eyes of the teenage boys and girls with their fertile imaginations, the ghost story is both terrifying and fascinating. By experimenting and sharing the story together in a kind of solitary form, by sharing that experience, it becomes obligatory. And accepting the story becomes a rite and a passage for joining the group. Process of the other one has repeated many times as the story gets passed down. Like, it's a spooky story, but like it kind of makes sense, honestly. The mansion creepy. You can definitely assume, and this is not even like a funny joke, that there could be somebody in the mansion. Like in arc 5, I straight up thought that, oh god, the man from 19 years ago was actually in the mansion until they hit us with the Labata face reveal. You know, if they actually didn't face reveal Labata and Bieta as the one who's doing the voice, that could have been a crazy mystery. Be like, who's the one who's actually calling Nashi in arc 5? Though we still got pretty crazy mysteries, like the solve of the poneglyph, how Battler wished the truth, which is where we're currently trying to figure out how did Battler wish the truth and what was the truth. Also, like, Battler only like was able to like be a game master for one game. Come on, people, give him the game board again. Give him the chessboard. Stop taking it away from him or not. Come on, like, he only got the game board one time. At least give him a second chance at the game board. But god, I know Lambietta had the game board, and then Beatrice had the game board for like 4 different arcs. And now Boken Sal has the game board. Come on, just give it to Battler. Battler hasn't played for like that's right. When I first started work at Rockers, I had to show them coming to as an older servant. heard it too, mostly from Nissan. I heard it too. It comes from family. So not the timid looking, only the timid looking show, but also the boy Kana and the big adult Kana believe in the golden story. Well, I didn't really believe if they were telling ghost stories and all, and jinxes and all job. Those several stories of Crystal in the hotel I worked at. She thought it was stupid and didn't pay any mind. I think those who need to blame with the community. That's it. Ghost stories and jinxes were all local rules that you walk by. If a newcomer chooses noise go back then, you can't expect to blend in. Yep. Except, if I said witches can't exist, that's ridiculous. I'll get in a fight with Nissan. That's true. But like, this guy said it got taken up to like, to be fair, this guy is a special case, okay? First of all, his anti-magic goddamn like neutralize the Celestial Sisters, which are like consistently like threats in the lore. Basically killed Beatrice that one time in Arc. Oh yeah, Arc 3 is also the only arc where like Beatrice actually like dies. Like Game Boy piece Beatrice, though like on like the actual Game Boy, not like out the Game Boy like what happened in like Arc 5 or something. But like in the Game Boy, she actually died there. And I was like, damn, they're really gonna make a shonen story about how the girl, how Beatrice got redemption. It'd be easier if I just appeared to go along with it. Come on, if you look at it that way, you'd be cursed. If one sibling got seriously injured. All workplaces have stories like that. No matter how incredible ghost stories until the co-race are, you accept or believe them. Usually means to blend in your new workplace. Wow, everyone's so mature. Like, come on, like we got, like the job is important. Y'all are acting as if they're gonna worry about the matters of Nam. August will be technically will. Let me hear that story. Like the two players who would fight you on this are gone. So like all that's left are the mature people. Or the intellectuals. I guess. The people who would fight you on this, you know, Furuka, Erika, and Battler are not here. I went to each route and wanted to travel in order to clean them and successfully carried off those places that I might have left it. And even for Battler's case, you know the funny thing about Battler's case is that I don't think he actually wants to kill Beatrice anymore. Which means that Beatrice not only managed to make the guy do a goddamn 180, like Battler gone from wanting to kill Beatrice in Arc 4 and go home to Agi to like marrying the girl in Arc 6. But Broken Sal, how are we gonna explain this? How can we explain how he gone from like saying no, don't ever let me think we're gonna be allies in Arc 3 to goddamn marriage in Arc 6? Guys, it's almost too crazy to believe it. That's why Broken's so kinda triggered. Just like, what the fuck? I knew his weakness was emotions, but I didn't think the emotion would... No weight would be that strong to tell the scales to Beatrice's favor. Come on! I was looking for bloodshed. Not for a symphony party for the girl. Come on, we're not looking for those moments of like shonen characters getting sympathy due to their problems. We're looking for bloodshed. That's what Boku's still trying to be like. I cleared each one in the chapel in the order I've cleared and searched carefully for all the places I might have left it. I had been cleaned when the windows of an even sat down near one of those. When did I leave it behind, I wonder? Now that I think about it, I don't think I had any more when I reached the last window. I must have completely forgotten to clear that window thing. Through the window, I can see the others leaving the groups. She don't turn around me and drives in my direction, looking worried. I didn't want to be responsible for making everyone wait, so it's actually a relief that they were leaving without me. Still naive as though it might be, I wanted them to wait. And the sun was beginning to set and the chapel was getting darker and darker. I didn't want to hang around at a place like this by myself. I'd find the small room first. No, that's not all. I also needed to clear the window frames I forgot. Madam was strict. She'd probably check all the windows carefully. And if she does, I'll be the one who gets the trouble tomorrow. But really, when did I lose it? Why did I lose it? The doctor's Google. You lost it because Gap was trying to play a prank on you, dude. I mean, gal. You lost it because Gap was trying to play a prank on you, and like, you're just gonna have to take the L, like, each time to go play the prank. I still think it's still really weird that Gap didn't play a huge role. In Arc 4, we didn't really see her do anything with, like, lock rooms. And was, like, turnned into an ally by, like, Arc 5. You know, they should have introduced her in Arc 2. That would have been a perfect goddamn key to battle. Or even as early as Arc 1, by actually signifying how tricky these lock room motors can actually be. That would be cool. That's one thing I will say is probably a kind of problematic, is that the best use of, like, Gap was introduced in Arc 4, but I think she should have been introduced earlier, because Runaway and Vergara had, like, their moments in Arc 3. So, like, Gap didn't really have that same thing in Arc 4. When it became dark enough, I need a light before I log and begin to panic. I dashed around and around the chapel, tears streaming down my face. Somewhat pathetically. I could feel the pressure and the lengths of which giggling at me from under the door and up at the ceiling. Damn. Close with Beatrice, the Master's Mysteries, orders about in search of body to this very day. She gains the power of the evil waters from those evil spirits. Her strength suddenly goes, and she suddenly waits for the day of her resurrection. And for some reason, she singled me out. And if I could take my eyes off her for a second, she would snatch it away and hides it. This isn't the first time that this has happened. Maybe you're just young. Like, maybe the anti-magic doesn't hurt young people. Like, come on, there was like a... I know... okay, I've said this somewhat about a kid. Nah, I think the anti-magic is not effective for youngies. Look, like, keys, handkerchiefs, pencils, and erasers. Of the finish moves right away when I put things down and put use on later. Or because of that, obviously the life place to leave them. They'll still disappear as soon as I turn around. It isn't someone hiding under the plane. It's happened multiple times and I'm the only person alive. Everyone was always saying I'm too careless to forget when they laugh at me and get mad at me. I do try to be alert, but it's like some kind of bad joke. I lose these easily when I forget about them for just a shorter while. Damn. So sometimes I think about their ways and then just feel like everything else and I stare at it. That's the only time it doesn't disappear. Nothing disappears when I'm alert. I think that so they know when I think I'm safe, the more I sort of think and relax just a little bit, a different thing will disappear instead. Why does it always... Nah, there is actually like... Nah, God or something like over you. Brother, I know the kid is like, why does it always happen to me? But I'm like, nah, that's the perfect way of saying that something is watching over you. Like, this became way more than just simple clumsiness. What? Who's this person? Wait, who is this person? It's not Mario. It definitely is not Mario, okay? Like, bro, this does not sound like anybody. This does not even sound like Beatrice, bro. Doesn't even sound like Broken Cell 2. Broken Cell also has a distinct laugh, and it's not this. Bro, it's kind of funny because it seemed like I memorized everybody's like voice as soon as I talked them. But I'm just familiar with people's voices. Like, look. Yeah, like. They both kind of have deep voices, not gonna lie. Well, both can still in Beatrice. Not really with Labada. Damn. Beatrice and Bo can still have actual pretty deep voices. Yeah, and Nodoshima Eva doesn't also have a deep voice, so like... That's like normal. This is like more sophisticated. What? But yeah, that's much deeper. That and Beatrice's voice are way deeper than like... Who there? Yeah, I hear her. I hear the witch laugh at me as I literally walk around in circles. Who's this person? Who is this person? Who is this person? Listen to that voice as I firmly snub my hands against the wall and cry tears of frustration. Bro, this is not Beatrice. Beatrice does not sound like this. This is not Broken Soul. This is not flipping goddamn Ava's younger sister or some shit like this. Who is this person, okay? Out of all the characters, who is it? This girl? Nope. This girl? Nope. They both have deep voices too. What the frick? Okay. Even Jessica kind of has deep voice. What? Even Orochima Nashi, like, I guess it's just a family of girls who have deep voices. Yeah, Rosa doesn't really have a deep voice, just like a small voice. And of course, Moya not gonna have a deep voice. It's a 9-year-old girl. Yep. You know, the thing that's so weird about Erica's voice is that Erica's voice is kind of soothing, but like, it's also weird that it's for this person because this person, like the most cunning one in the series, the most cunning one has like the most soothing voice imaginable. Has a voice that makes you sleep, but you don't want to sleep when this girl is actually the one who's talking. That's just the dichotomy, okay? You want to sleep when you hear the voice, but like then you gotta realize that it came from this girl. So then you're awake for like 200 seconds more. Even Vergara had a deep voice. Come on, it's one of the stakes. It has to be one of the stakes or Gap. Nope, Gap had a D voice too. That D voice. That loud voice. That loud voice. That them like the normal voices. Like the angels got the most normal voices. Yeah, that's the Omega deep voice. This girl has the deepest voice in the series. Alright, so like who is it, okay? We only got the stakes. D voice? Kind of like a voice that seems like she cunning. Soft voice? Satan got the softest voice. What the hell? Okay. That just seems like a phone voice. That seems like a diligent voice, I guess. Yeah, that's Beelzebub. Beelzebub got the childish voice, or like the voice of a child. Yeah, like there's two sisters that like kind of sound like children, and like all the other ones don't really sound like children. They kind of have deep voices. Like, it isn't anybody here. Is it Shion? Come on, it has to be Shion cosplaying as Beatrice's outfit. It has to be Shion cosplaying as Beatrice's outfit. Listen to that voice. That voice in my hands against the wall, going to a flush station. Nah, that gotta be Shion. Nah, we revisiting the concept of, oh yeah, Sylvan put on a costume. It's just Shion. Please, just stop it. Why do you always hide things and get me in trouble? Which answers? What the fuck? You have a deep voice as well? Bro, we already checked every goddamn... Oh my god, we already checked all of the girls to see if they had deep... Maybe it's the guys. Maybe it's a dude. Come on, I can't just be assuming it's a girl because it uses witch pronouns. Deep voice. Kinda deep voice, but not really. Deep voice. Phone voice. Kinda deep voice. Very deep voice. Not very deep voice. Kinda deep. That's true. Okay. Kinda. You know, there are a lot more girls than there are boys here. Like, maybe that's just because the stakes like take up a huge sum. What? Oh. Well, that's just a phone voice. Why did I think it sounded like somebody else? Damn. I only have two other guys. He's definitely not that guy. The frick is lead? Bro, who is it? Oh, that's just Gap. I took so long. I was trying my hardest. That's just Gap, bro. I was right on the mark, and then I complicated everything by going into the bio, listening to every goddamn person's voice. Why else except entertaining myself or watching you wondering so about pointlessly? Nah, basically saying them. Deal with it, kid. I really like you wondering why I'm pointlessly trying to find your... You know, now thinking about it, we never saw Gap actually laugh before, so like... I felt so frustrated. I knew all along that was the reason when the HB complaining about it was incredibly annoying. I could tell. That Sabu was so weird the chapel. No, that's not quite it. Until the very moment I was walking in the window, I'm sure I was right by this window for him. That's why. I'm sure I put it right here by the windows. But the pig's so... She's so magic. I always feel upset this point. You instantly tell but the small booms the next window over. Instantly push the next window, the hole appears in the beneath small boom swelling out. Yeah, that just when it came to the next window after that, it lands perfectly still. And so it's there the whole time. And it happens over and over again. Yeah, I don't know how you... Like, maybe you bait the girl? Maybe you predict. One of the small blue monsters and imagine who goes to the next window. Okay, you can predict it though. Could you though? Like, Gap could just transport one window over though. Damn, this really sucks playing with a girl who can just teleport things. This sucks. Cause this girl not gonna really have any mercy, okay? I'm gonna go to that window. It goes to the next window. Like, this is a crazy way of trolling. This is a crazy way of trolling people. Like a crazy way. That's exactly how she teases me, I can tell. So no matter how much I search, you'll be useless. But if I stop searching instead, they'll by one another or another. So this is no search, it's a test of endurance. If I keep teaching out this non-bloom, maybe I just keeps making me sleep the next window over trying to make me give up. This is a tutorial, and only if one of us gives up. So if I keep chasing around circles and windows, even though I know I've already searched for them, it's not one by nine. This time it's the next one, and then the next one. Nah, for me, I would actually try to duke out the witch. It would be a concept of like stamina, because like unfortunately for you, mostly the 1,000-year-old demon people who like seem to have a lot of experience in the sauce. Well, we didn't really see them have a lot of experience, and like they're just like biblical figures put on anime girls. So like we can really say that they had a lot of experience of like the Otoshima family 1986 murder, which is like the first murder they technically committed as like a team or a group or some thing. But as the magic corrodes the island, is that magic corrosion thing still happening though? Like, I guess it is, because Birkenstone was able to merge a bunch of fragments together just cause. And also no one getting out the chapel, even though no one tried to get out the chapel. That's the weird part. Nobody's getting out the chapel, but no one tried to get out the chapel. Is there a time limit to this? Because why is the barrier blocked? Is it blocked for him, or is it blocked so that if the people try to walk out, they will die? Because they're going by without the family even realizing that they were even in the locked room in the first place. Like, what? And the witch keeps moving the small balloon to the next window and then the next one. How far apart are the windows? Just give it a west. How long are you gonna make fun of me? This is the only time you always do this. Always. Like, she not gonna listen for real. The shrill voiceless lack of the formless witch continues to mock my sobbing. The witch was right beside me, laughing at me. As I dashed around the chopper, she was following along with me, taunting me. Damn, then she must be there. She's right behind me, just over my shoulder, chuckling at this very moment. No turning around won't help since she has no phone, but at least I could try to look, but I mustn't look with my eyes. My eyes are telling me nothing to do, so I wouldn't be able to see anything. Oh my god, we're getting pseudo-intellectual now. She behind me, guys. I just can't see her. I learned that from the director of the gospel house. You mustn't try to look with your real eyes. You mustn't see with your mind's eye. The whole world is filled with God's love. There are many blessings of everyday life. One can only find with God and the angels and the Holy Ghost. If you look with your eyes, you won't be able to see them. So you won't be able to feel them or understand them. Instead, you must quietly understand them with the eyes of your heart. You don't look and have your eyes reflect their image. You see and picture that into your mind. In this way, I learned how to recognize beings not from this world at the gospel house. This power doesn't allow you to see God. It allows you to see all those not of this world. Please stop it now. Stop this playing. Come on. Face reveal. Oh, so you can speak to me? I'm clumsy, I'm bad at my job, I do forget where I put things a lot. But I know which things is my fault, which things is because of your points. Didn't they apply that like Gap be like doing this to Beatrice? So like, isn't this technically just like young Beatrice fighting Gap? How amusing. I can't even use my phone to stay, but you can even understand what I'm doing. It seems you're a more interesting creature than I thought. Yeah, Beatrice built different. Yasu. I guess I want to call her, or that's a her. That is not a him. Yasu. How I know? Because Conan was like the only actual guy who came from the gospel house. That's a her. Why there's so many girls at the gospel house, I don't know. Maybe church beliefs. Yeah, church beliefs. We should call Nashun. I'm gonna meet soon as they lie behind me. That's a mistake I made, so when I hear that name it feels bad. He deliberately called me not by the blessing given to me by the gospel, but by that unblessed name of saying my heart is a classic roof for evil beings today. It's a way attempting to prevent others from receiving them. Meaning like in which to understand them is like shoving them out into the light of day. Huh. Yeah, this kid might actually be kind of gifted, damn. Also kind of like, you know, even though everybody kind of demon and demonic, none of the story was really acted on in the arcs, and like the closest thing that happened was like arc 4. So like the witches and the demons are still kind of here, and they feel they haven't done anything, but they also haven't gotten reprimanded for any actions that they might have done, like Beatrice murdered everybody in arc 1 and arc 2. Still no weapon man for that, I guess. Though I guess the weapon man would be getting fucking killed, tortured, not tortured, being basically Bokuso and Lambietta's like playthings for some goddamn reason, and then like it won't work in the gospel of I learned how to receive those who are not of this world. So I already understand you. Hey Anthony, I am so fed that I can scatter than great bees. How you able to hold me with gas for you? Well, taking on liking to you, the Yasu. Nah, I think it makes sense for like a spirit thing. Not only is it pleasant, but it gives you more people to talk to. And like, damn. The existence of a witch is very lonely. Also, this film is a lot more hardships than the existence of a human, okay? Human, you can talk to people. Which is, hey, Gap, obligatory gets stolen from item. But, so, I don't even know what Belt, Castell, and the other witches are doing, because they don't even have porches up. Like, there was, like, legitimately no qualifications, so, like, the sad part is that Boguso and Lambietta, let's not try to pity them too much, okay? There's still some mentally ill, crazy people, okay? But like, Boguso and Lambietta really don't be having anything. Beatrice was able to have stuff because like she was placed on a small island, and is the master of locked room murders. A lot of credibilities. Also, Shion was actually able to see her. Shion and Connor were able to see her early, so like it gave her time to talk before like she started the murder game. So like she didn't actually kill people because she lost sanity. Nope. She was very sane and was actually able to talk with Beatrice and Kana genuinely. Maybe even Genji. But both Cancel and Lambietta not only probably have not talked to anybody other than like Battler in the Void Dimension. Legitimately. But like, people have not been able to see her, and like the only person who truly saw Birkencell was like goddamn Agi. And I was like in a mental mind state. And nobody else was able to see Lambietta other than also Agi too. The only other person who actually see these two people are Agi and Battler. You know, it's kind of funny that two people from the Wuda family are able to see these people, but like nobody else from like the other family members could like perceive them. Is there like some significance to like Kinzo's blood or something? Or how much antimatter these two have? It won't work. I understand you now, you're my bad. Well, how many unpleasant things you say, I'll expose the ugliness of your heart. I'll turn you lastly, let my field version. Feel the entire chapel. It was in the viewpoint of my soul floating along from my outer shell of my head. The edge by edge of a field version floating out of my head and drifted upwards. Down on myself, standing there with my hand and my eyes tightly shut. My lion's eyes slowly rose up from the ceiling to the tower. I looked down on myself sitting in the chapel and the witch standing behind me. Apparently the witch realized that she wasn't being seen. She turned to wild ways her eyes and looked at her mind's eye floating by the ceiling. That's Gab! Okay, I've never heard this girl laugh. But yeah, like I was correct, I just overcomplicated every goddamn thing. That's not the biggest problem, okay? I be overcomplicating the shit too much. But we already knew it was Gap because Gap usually is the one who plays these plays. Even played the punch on Beatrice, so like, since the story is coming from the perspective of somebody called Yasu, and Yasu's being taught from the narrator called the director, which is inspired by Beatrice, we can all collect these two pieces directly to Beatrice, which means that this is an origin story about how Beatrice came and went, or like which Beatrice came and went, something like that. And then I'm still wondering why she claims to have lived for 1,000 years when somebody like Feline just like, damn, I've been in the Roman times and I'm really bored. I need to eat some flesh. Yeah, Feline just casually eating flesh like a... It's very disturbing, but like, that's like an old ass entity. If you don't accept some disturbing stuff like goddamn cannibalism, I don't know what you're in for. Both Beckinsale and like goddamn all three of these witches indulge in cannibalism. Beckinsale, Lambietta, and goddamn flipping Feline Augustus. Feline just like, damn, I really like them human meat shits. They be tasting good. But also like, yeah, me too. They tasty. At last, I can see the witch Beatrice with my mind's eye. Yeah, unfortunately, that isn't Beatrice. That's a great demon, though. One of the 72, though. That's still impressive. You saw one of the 72. A mere human. Grasp my form. With the mindless chest and an ugly curve, it was clearly challenging. Compulsive demon smile. She wore a blood red dress and a hat, and the design was completely different from anything humans are. Yeah, cause like legitimately, I have never seen anybody. Like I've seen every goddamn. I have seen a lot of people, a lot of fashion choices, but I've never seen fashion choice like this. This is like the most risque outfit ever. Like legitimately, all of the bikini, small, ultra thin suits would probably be less risque than this. Cause like it doesn't even look like she actually has like freaking you know, underwear. Okay, I'm getting way too off topic. Okay, now I'm talking about the girls' underwear. What the fuck? That is hella strange. It's a discussion, but we should not be discussing things like that. Her hair was Milan and it had countless beautiful curves like a princess from a picture book. But there's no trace of cuteness about her. Now you're a little different from the other humans. It seems I was mistaken. You're not just a little different, you're entirely different from other humans. You're savage. You cannot be seen by no one, heard by no one. Okay, but like for real, these people are sad, like honestly. And like the only way they can kill their bro is by watching goddamn shock content. You know, it's lucky the year is 1987 when like the internet isn't available, because like if they were came up in like Aggie's time and not just in like one of those weird distant fragments, they could just watch all the shock value content they want. They just need to go into like the 2000s to watch all the shock value content they want to get some entertainment. Cause to be fair, Burger Lambietta and like flipping Fedline Augustus would all probably watch shock value content with their time. It's not even like bro, I think that's kind of funny. Okay, Beatrice would probably look at a bunch of mystery videos about like a bunch of murders from the past. Bella would probably do the same. Lovato, Moken Cell, and Fedline and Gus's would watch a bunch of shock videos. Have you ever been pulling these pranks all these times just to catch the attention of the humans? I use little magic. I have to interfere with the humans who aren't looking. But no matter what I do, none of them can think of it as magic. They decide that they just made a little mistake. Okay, but like legitimately, if it happened over and over again and like I placed an object down, I would not think, this is legitimately me saying for certain, okay? If I place it down, no one was with me, the item disappeared, I would not think, oh, yeah, maybe I just missed it. Nah, unless there was like a dog or some shit with me, or an animal that might be capable of moving it, I would totally think that there was a witch. And blow my existence away like candles in the cake. If so, then I just save you, because I understand you and perceive you. Save me? So if it probably is very hard to perceive somebody like this person, like these people though. I can understand it, because you need kind of like the Christianity faith of God, while also having the Moria delusion of anti-magic thing. You have to be invested in religion. To lead this meeting with you is nothing but a new way to kill. Wait, Gap was Beatrice? What? Why does the name get passed down in like... So Gala had the name Beatrice. One way is a head brother, so he doesn't have the name Beatrice, but like... Bro, why does two of Beatrice's friends legitimately just had the name Beatrice? What is going on? It's getting dark. I don't have time to play with you anymore. Oh, it is? My challenge, but no one hardly knows the time. I'm giving back my cleaning tool. Small boom or whatever you call it. It is right there by the next window. Like, this is Gab, technically. She might go by the name Beatrice, and we're looking from the perspective of Beatrice, so like, what is happening? Is it a contradiction? Well, don't tell me that now, like, after Erica died, I'm gonna be searching for like goddamn logic errors in the story. Be like, damn. The story should really put itself in a locked room or something. So if the story has a logic error, doesn't that mean that the story or the whole game collapses? Like, legitimately, I want to tackle that. If the story has a logic error, so like if something contradicts something else, does that mean that the story itself dies? Well, as soon as I get close, you move it to the next window over. Yeah, see, she kinda a bully about it. My magic is as elusive as my very own form. And no more than like a fingers having over you under my control. That's true, she beats scary, like. Probably also another reason why many humans can't perceive her, because if they perceive her, they can perceive what she can do, and like, she could very well kill you at any time, but like, there isn't really a purpose in her doing that, but like, it's a scary thought, so like scary thoughts need to happen to keep you out the way, okay? I know there isn't really a reason for any of these people to actually kill you. Even Birkenstell probably won't kill you if you can perceive her. Even Birkenstell Lambietta, even Augustus won't kill you if you can perceive her. Though she probably would view you as subhuman though, if you could. Though like nobody in this whole crew would probably kill you if you can perceive them. Like legitimately, not one of these people would kill you if you perceive them. The only one who might kill you is Odashima Ava, but everybody can perceive Odashima Ava's existence. I'm gonna stop hoping the various things the other trap was stuck until black pitfalls disappeared. No, they didn't disappear. The other vanished from the dark holes, and the other dark holes appeared in different parts of the trap and vanished at objects at the nose. Yes, musical source cloaked. Lasers started appearing and disappearing all across the land. I felt so countless shields flying around the chop. I got my phone these acts, but I choose not to. After all, this would be a bit more than a prank if you can. Whatever the witch draws the line between planks and magic. When she snapped her fingers again, all the objects flying so elegantly into the witch's box. Like, I think the reason why the witches don't be doing like the crazy stuff because to me, you can probably kill somebody in an to me, if I was looking from the outside perspective, you can probably do a full ton of shit just to claim that you valid. Instead of being constrained to a law. First up, I do think those conditionals, but secondly, I do think anti-magic is actually very limiting on these people. I do think these people are carrying anti-magic like burdens. And the fact that the stronger the anti-magic user, the harder it is to actually like do anything. And so it's failed. I've taken a liking to you. You say you have me in your glass. I worked from the results. I have you in mind. That's true because like you know, a side effect of being able to perceive these entities is the fact that these entities can actually hurt you. Damn. The meme they don't exist, they can't hurt you would probably work on these people. Be like, damn, you are not real. And then they vanish. Then you don't have to think about them again. Easy as pie. The gospel director told me that I mustn't try to see evil beings. If you see them, they will haunt you. Well, I got gas, but this is just a prank. This is just a prank, bro. Nah, I'm gonna use that line. This is just a prank, bro. And bro, I'm not talking about the gap over here. I'm talking about the guy who said it. I understand this witch. A bond is formed between us. That is correct. A bond has been formed between y'all. Now that you've acknowledged my existence, I'll form a bond with you. Wait, you can form bonds by acknowledging people's existence? So like, did Battler form a bond with Beatrice after acknowledging her existence? But like, did Battler even acknowledge her existence in the first place? Or just accepted it? You know, I just accepted the existence, but like, does exception mean acknowledging or something? It just means, oh yeah, Beatrice kinda weird, but like, you're not saying, oh, Beatrice is weird. Or am I just doing weird ass word games? I might just be doing weird ass word games. Again, we gotta simplify everything like a math problem, okay? We can't just be out here doing weird ass word problems, because then the question will compound infinitely and then there wouldn't be a right answer. Isn't that right, lads? There wouldn't be a right answer to anything, and then like, after all these years of sin and boredom, it's nice to have a talk to, even as a child as young as you. I'll talk to you from time to time. So will you stop pulling punches like this? No, I won't be here to talk to you, but to play with you. Of course, like, if we are playing, punks are just part of the game, right? Hey, well, have another rough phone one day. The sun's sinking, the moon is full. I'm tired of appealing in front of you for so long. Let us call it a night. A single bloom provided me with a great deal of entertainment. Okay, so firstly, how did Beatrice meet Voguera? Now, that little R3 moment was actually kind of interesting because I did think at the time that it was Rosa, but it's actually Beatrice herself, which means like there was a new perspective. Which also means that, is the narrator just Beatrice? Is the narrator of the entire Umineko game Beatrice? Or Claire, Vox, Beatrice? It probably isn't Claire, Vox, or Beatrice, but like Beatrice herself up to this moment. Like, who's the narrator for this actually? Is it us or somebody else? Is the narrator Augustus or something? Yeah, I'm getting confused by these weird ass mundane questions. They're not even about the mysteries. Is the narrator Augustus, us, or Beatrice? Who's the narrator? If the narrator is Beatrice, why do we follow Battler in Arc 6? If the narrator is Augustus, why do we follow Battler in Arc 6? If the narrator... Oh, okay, but Augustus probably has more quantifiable. Okay, but I think the narrator actually changes because, like, Beatrice wrote... like 4 stories basically, and like the chapter 3 route, because the chapter 3 route is also like a goddamn, like a spider web of like goddamn fragment researching or something, where they just create stories based on events that happen in like a fragment as like a tragedy or something. Arc 3 just is like a spider net that just catches all of that. Arc 3 is very significant to Umineko lore. Jeez Malise is Arc 3 significant. Arc 3 not only is the rise of other characters than just Beatrice herself as witches. Please give it back. Yeah, I'll keep this token. I'll keep it as a token of our meeting. I I assume you'd be fine with this. I said, if not, would you give it back? I never listen to humans. However, I might lend it you to a friend. If I give it back, I'll acknowledge you as a friend. Wish human. That was your idea of an attractive proposal. If you want to make a deal with me, try drawing a mysterious magic circle too. Yeah, I might be willing to consider that your offer. That kind of makes sense. Like, the demon probably like, oh, a friend? Magic circle. Because yeah, she trying to spread around the belief. She like, no, get more people into the religion. You got into the religion, but we need that more people. I understand it. What do you mean, like? You might? I should take my turn deciding on whether you're worthy as my friend. After all, which is like demons. If you have such an answer, we never give one right away. Like, that's true, like, but like, it's kind of smart though. Like, come on, Yatsu, it's kind of smart thinking about it this way. Like, it's supposed to be a demonic thing. Well, oh, she thinking more, and not just like boneheadedly saying yes, but like, look at the angels throughout the series. Okay, they're kind of soulless. Not gonna lie. Nah, like legitimately, the angel demon debacle. The angels are kind of soulless. Draenor, the other two. Meanwhile, these people have a lot more life and have a lot more sauce. They're like, oh yeah, we demons, so we're not gonna give you an answer, straight answer. And then I'd be like, you know, isn't that like the best way to be with like things in genuine? Don't just give out an answer immediately because it sounds good in the moment, and like actually start considering it in like the situation or something. Alright. And I'll leave a small boom with you. Please give it back when you decide to be my friend. Very well. This boom breaks a friendship between us or not. I'll hang on, make my decision. But it's not her finger, the boom that I have searched for so long fell out of the air. Landing between my fingers. She got just snapped. Also, is this girl from like England or something? Or Italy? Nah, she actually is from Italy though. Well, I can definitely tell you what? Not really from Italy. This is goodbye. This game with you is far from boring. Let's play a game sometime. If you're my friend, that is. The cat towards the mouse. Does it try to become friends with her first? Oh damn. You got that spooky eye scene just to be like, damn, I can see right through you. Oh, and then even the Beatrice like laugh clip recycle, which faded away. When she did, my mind's eye slowly closed. When I returned back to my body, it felt like so tired and worn out whatever I'd been holding. Of course, when I turned around, there was no one to be seen. I didn't feel the wedge wasn't anywhere anymore. It had gotten very dark at this time. When I decided to leave the chapel, there was no point in searching for the small boon any longer. Not until the witch decides to give it back. I went wild of the chapel. Like, if I was a half-empty person, I'd be like, damn, we don't have a boom, and now we're giving it to some goddamn demon that like gonna decide or well not to give the boom. To me, we might have just permanently lost the boom. The chapel key has still been left unlocked. It had used it to lock the door. What am I gonna do about the small bloom? There was nothing I can do. And I can't even blame the witch. I must acknowledge I'm responsible for giving the witch a chance. I happened to glance downwards and saw a small bloom laying on my feet. There's a bloom I've been searching for the whole time. No, tell me. I've been swallowed by a dark cloud and I bent over to pick up. Now, this is a sign from the witch. The sign that she acknowledges me as a friend. I picked it up. Oh, I'm one of yet many. This is the first one I made after coming to this island. It was apparently not a human at all. However, when I think back on it, it was only natural. When the song left line, you expect to make me on the witch's island. This is the first meeting between me and Beatrice. However, from your perspective among you is noticed that this is not a meeting with the real Beatrice. The witch I and then called Beatrice would later become known as by another name. However, the fact still remains that she clearly was not human. And being bound into one that's not human means being bound into their world. Well, it makes sense why Gab was technically witch. Gab basically killed both George and Jessica at like a sign of a moment. Also, they were just acting. Honestly, like Umineko has a lot of those moments where it looked like, oh, they're kind of incompetent. But well, and then they basically like, we were just acting. Lame all. Be like, and then I'd be like, just as expected, okay? You'd probably be acting just for the fun of it. Like, damn. And it's less as every goddamn year not having anybody recognize your existence. I said no means I know it is true. Ooh. Daisy, it raptured. Yeah, seriously. No, it was last year's saw with it, but that kid lost all this stuff all the time. But even so, you also always have to work and say I didn't lose it, but I put it down somewhere and took it away. It really pissed me off. That kid just didn't know how to concentrate. If you do things without thinking, it's no surprise your actions go careless. It was only like that in the beginning, right? After some time the kids started concentrating on all the bad stuff started happening. Really? Well, all that stuff that anyone should be able to do anyway. Damn. Many to new things that everyone can do is a part of growing up. I thought the worst you would be so clever, but everyone when we first started less. Good moment, Kamza. Also, why does everybody have Shion-sized boobs? Are they like padded or something? Nah, I'm just gonna have the Wacom be like, they all are padded. But it's like the only ones who like look really genuine are like Beatrice's ones, which I find that funny because legitimately, bro, how does this work? Legitimately, everything Battler said he liked in a woman is just embodied by Beatrice. Does Beatrice say bad words? I think she did like one time, but Beatrice definitely isn't like other girls at all. Even if she doesn't say bad words. And there's not even like a thing like the community of I'm not like other girls. It's legitimately just like she isn't like other girls. Are you kidding? Everyone clever. We never been selected to work for the shoot buffet. We're supposed to be the elite. Like the last year so young was no excuse. So, if Yasu's book will uncover by going off, it should be done before coming to a fully upstream my family. Come on. I could really work hard to balance school and the work. I think you're all being too harsh. We were slighted because we made him do the harsh spots as light. There's no need for us to pamper Yasu. I'm sick of this. But I get why someone else didn't use it as Yasu chose it. Look, there's all Shima families still and was an achievement that lasted all now lost Patricia selecting. The other servants acknowledged the moment of making it through the ship's selection process. Yasu was so glad that they all wondered why the child had been selected.